Hello friends, and welcome back to Stan's Cutlery Universe. And today I got something that to me I feel is kind of special. I'm doing a What You Get Wednesday. And I just have fun calling it that. It's basically a mail call. I've had these for a couple of days, been looking at them. But I really got caught up in trying to remember who showed the knife. I think it was Donovan 2. T-E-W, Donovan 2, T-E-W. And it was a black label combat buoy. And the black label is from Browning. And I started looking for this knife because I thought it looked so cool. On all of eBay and all of like everywhere I search, there's only one for sale. And I actually have two knives here. I'll show the buoy and then I'll show the folding knife. But these knives are made overseas, some of them. Some are made USA. But I have so far found them made in China, made in Japan, made in Italy, and made in the United States. So, and it's not each model is made there, but it's kind of like Spyderco and others, you know, depending on the level of them. And the black label is their tactical. So first I'll show the buoy, and it came with no sheath because it didn't have the sheath. And I'm hoping I can clean this up because somebody had started doing their own putting stuff on it and grinding in a little bit, but it's not deep, so I think it'll clean up. It's dirty. It is the way I got it. But you can see where they, you know, also put in on the G10 handles. But I thought it'd be a fun project. Here you can see the black label. Then up here is right in there. Can barely see it, the black label, but the battle buoy right there. And then right here is the model number. And then China for this one. But look at this thing. I really wish whoever had it would not have done what they did. But I am going to have some fun cleaning this up. It'll be a neat little project. I'll share that with the community. But I thought, you know, it wasn't badly priced for what it is. I think I paid $20 plus $5 shipping or something like that. I can't remember, but I realized that if I was going to get one, I was maybe going to have to do this. And then seeing the prices of some of these Browning black labels, I don't even want to guess what that one would cost done with no damage, a sheath. You know, I'm going to make my own sheath. I'll probably make one out of Kydex. I used to dabble a little bit of making Kydex gun holsters, pistol and semi-automatic holsters, you know, revolver and semi-automatic. Sorry, I'm stuttering on my own words. So I think it'll be a fun project. Next up, I got this folder. There's the box. This was new in box. Show what the box looks like. It's really cool looking. There's the model number. And again, this is made in China, you know, but so much stuff is nowadays. But these are all discontinued. And so to find one in a box new is kind of cool. That's not new anymore. Well, not untouched anymore. I've taken it out. But look at these instructions and stuff. Sorry, I apologize. Try to hold them stable enough to where if you want to pause, you can look. But yeah, just kind of cool. And I really like some of their designs. They, you know, they have everything from this type of knife, you know. Got the pocket clip that is reversible and reversible this way, at least for right side tip down. It's a flipper. I have not put any lube or anything on it yet. It does need some lubing, may need adjustment. It looks like it's a T8, I'm gonna guess. But there you got I wanted to show it the way it was when I got it out of the box. Come on, camera. You can do it. I don't know why today it's being stubborn, but you can see the black label. It also has thumb studs. There, I'll read what it says. On the blade is no boundaries, model, the model number, and then China up here on the tang. Does have some really good grippy jimping on the ramp there. Really like this swedge. Nice, I'm going to call it a clip point style blade, but a nice uprise here, and then swedge, fullers, or blood grooves, whatever you want to call it. The G10 materials for the handle scales is very, very, very good quality. Feels really good. Liner lock that locks up very nicely. And I think once I get some lube on this, I won't have to do the because like a thumb flick, it does good because I can get more in there. But just, you just can't get enough momentum with the flipper unless you give a little wrist action right now. And I honestly believe it just needs some lube. Let's see what it's riding on. Ooh, bronze on one side and plastic on the other side. So that's kind of cool. Washers. See? But, it just, for me, it's a very cool looking knife. I like these style knives when I'm going with a modern, what they look like. I just really like it. And the reason I picked this one, there's a ton of them, but if you look, kind of the same, well, I guess not, but it's the closest one I could find that was available in a price range that I could afford. I believe this one was, I want to say $32 with free shipping. Believe it or not, you go to eBay and you put in Browning Black Label knives, there's only 2 screens of going through them at like 20 items per screen or 30 items per screen, and less than half of them are brand new. And they, like I said, they got everything from fixed blades to knives like this to assisted opening. I hope I'm not giving my stuff away what I'm trying to get a hold of and of competition, but if I do, that is what it is. These are just really good looking blades, and sometimes you just got to share them. It does have the thumb studs on both sides. I guess you could, if you're good at it, you could probably spidey flick it too. I am not good at that. My hands just don't work that way. With the fuller, you could probably do that. My hands just don't work that way anymore. I have not carried it yet. It does have a little bit of jimping back here. Nah, you couldn't really put a lanyard on it. I was just looking for that. Very well centered. Just, in my opinion, a very good looking knife. Sometimes, I know I like to do the traditionals. Definitely, I love my traditional pocket knives. But, I carry a modern every day, too. I don't just carry a traditional. The modern is kind of my, this might sound bad, but in general, the modern is my go-to knife. And what I mean by that is unless I'm around a bunch of people or I don't need like, a 3-inch blade well, it's probably 3.5-inch blade there. Don't need that big of a blade. I'll go with my traditional then. So 6 of one, half dozen of the other. And I just wanted to share this because these are just such nice knives. They're not overly pricey yet. There are a couple of them that are $200-$300, for ones that are getting really hard to find. And like I said, this battle buoy, I don't want to guess how much this one would cost, not boogered up. I got a deal on it because of no sheath, and, somebody had decided they were going to try and do their own designing on it. But I think I'll be able to clean it up because none of it's really, really, really deep. I'm hoping I probably won't be able to save the battle buoy logo there. That's kind of a bummer. Or Black Label, that's kind of a bummer because they really did some grinding on the blade. At first I thought they might have took some belly off this, but they didn't. This was always that style, so I'm not too worried about that. I think they sharpened it a little further back to here, so you don't really have a choil. You do, but I don't know. But yeah, just pretty cool. Fits my big hand really, really well. I'm going to have some fun cleaning this up. I'm not sure if I'm going to take the scales off to clean them up, or if I'm going to leave them right on so that I get, it smooths out evenly, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I'll do a video when I start working on this and show you guys what I do to clean it up. And hopefully I can clean it up really nicely. But no matter what, it's still a knife. It knifes, you know what I mean? It still does what it has to. Maybe I jumped a little early and didn't have to get it. But when I realized it was the only one that I could find for sale, I mean, I type in, you know, for sale and all, and that was the only one anywhere, not just on eBay, but like anywhere. So I was like, crap, what do you do? You know, do you just buy it, or do you? And finally, in my peanut-sized melon, I went, I'm just buying it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to do what I can with it. And I was praying, you know, that's one of those, because the pictures showed it on there. The guy wasn't trying to hide anything or anything like that. But you couldn't tell how deep the engraving was, you know. So while it's getting shipped, I'm going, oh, Lord, please, 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 please don't let it be like really ground in there where there's no way in heck I'm getting it out. And when I got it in, I was pleasantly surprised that it actually looks pretty good and probably very savable. Like I said, there's going to be some things that I'm just not going to be able to save, which is unfortunate. You know, I don't think I'm going to be able to save that black label. Some of it's already ground out, but I'm going to try my best. I'm probably going to tape them off so that they don't get more damage done to them. But yeah, we'll see how it turns out. It'll be a fun project. I think it'll be something interesting for even if you're not a Bowie enthusiast. I think the cleaning it up and the techniques I use will be transferable over to other knives, like traditional pocket knives or any other knives. So we will do that video when I get to it. Probably going to be a week or so, because I'm going to slowly but surely work on it. Piece the video clips together. I swear, if I had a brain, I'd take it out, play with it, put it somewhere and forget it again. So why get a new brain? You know, I mean, come on, really. So yeah, just having a little fun with it. You might be interested if you go look at eBay listings for Browning Black Label. It's pretty neat. The knives line are all like tactical looking and stuff, but it's really neat where a lot of them are made. Like I said, one was made in Italy, a bunch of China, a bunch of USA. So it's just really neat to see that at one time Browning was, you know, doing that. I think it's pretty cool. Well, I'll give you one last look at the knives, and then I am going to sign off. Just a really good looking piece right there. And then the Battle Bowie. That needs some TLC, man. Really needs some TLC. But you know, I might have got in over my head, but if you never try, you never succeed. And you know, like Wayne Gretzky said, you miss every shot you don't take. So I'm going to take the shot and see if I can clean it up and have a really cool knife. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you all so much. Live long, prosper, and collect your own way.